What is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and welcome to Tomb Raider Reloaded. So Tomb Raider Reloaded, believe it or not, is a roguelite Lara Croft adventure in the Tomb Raider world. I know it sounds strange, but I'll show you all about it. Now, in my opinion, this is a fantastic mobile game, and I'm using the words mobile game very specifically. This is the type of game that has really quick loading, so it's really easy to immediately get into the game, and if you don't have time to complete a stage, you can always close the game and come back later and pick up right where you left off, right? So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about like a true mobile game, right? Portrait, single-handed, quick load times, drop in, drop out type of gameplay, and Tomb Raider Reloaded is actually pretty solid in that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We'll go ahead and do this Let's Play style. You'll know exactly what this game is all about. It does have a stamina / ticket system. So you can see right over here, I have 20 stamina basically. So we'll go ahead and take a trip. I can also activate some boosters if I choose to. So if I want, I can go ahead and boost the coins that I get as drops here. And so far, I've gotten those little booster scrolls as rewards, right? So here we are in our roguelite adventure. And just like in all roguelites, it's time for me to select an ability. So my very first one increases my critical damage by 50%. Sharpshooter will pierce through my enemies. And then Fast Learner allows me to get 30% more experience points. Let's go for Sharpshooter, right? So this will pierce through my enemies. And you can see single-handed gameplay, portrait style. Move your little digital joystick around. Lara Croft will move with you. I don't like the fact that this Lucky Will is here and you can't skip the animation, but you know what? I'll save that for later. There's always time for patches. All right, so let us begin. We got our ability. We got some gold to get started. Let us begin. Now, if you've played games like this before, Tomb Raider Reloaded is very reminiscent to the fact that you cannot shoot on the move. So when you move, you stop shooting. So you always have to stop in order to clear out enemies, right? And you know, a little bit of a pro FG advice. Sometimes it's better to not move, baby. Sometimes you be moving around, trying to bob and weave, and you just mess yourself up. I found that just kind of staying still a lot allows me to kind of, well, now I'm kind of distracted, all right? But I found kind of staying still is the best strategy, and only move when you have to. Lara will automatically auto-target enemies nearby, so you don't really have to worry about anything. All you do is just kind of guide her on this little journey. You don't even have to pick up your loot. The loot will automatically be sucked into you. So here is my next ability. I'm gonna go for Poison Shot, exactly what it sounds like. Good old-fashioned damage over time, really good on bosses. So we'll move on over to the next stage. And like I said a little bit earlier, a true mobile game. If I don't have time, or you know, I'm in line somewhere and my number gets called, I can just close the game, and when I come back, oh, I just got this new ability. I'll show you that in a second. When I come back, I can pick up right at the stage that I left off. So if I feel like I'm on a run or something like that, I don't have to worry about losing my progress. And most importantly, games like this that have fast loading times, that have drop in, drop out type of gameplay, I feel like get opened more. Right? Because you know you don't have to dedicate a ton of time to get any enjoyment out of it. You know, just quick jump in, jump out style of gameplay. Now, as far as what I'm actually doing, Lara Croft, as you can see right now, is using an assault rifle. Of course, she has her dual pistols, there's shotguns, but believe it or not, there's actually an interesting variety of fantasy weapons too. So I'll see if I can show you a little bit later, but I have these like little discs. Hold on. Bounce off walls, rebound. I have these like dual-bladed discs. I have a staff that I can use. So it's not just your traditional Tomb Raider weapons. There's also a little bit of a fantasy twang on it as well. Twang FG, you know what I'm talking about. I can't define it, but you know what I was saying. These guys are a little stronger, but as long as you just kind of stay in their faces, and you'll see, you'll kind of get used to certain enemy types that spawn, and you'll know exactly how to defeat them. As far as these rats are concerned, you can pretty much just stand still. And you can see I'm getting event tickets as well. So this is your core gameplay, the minute-to-minute gameplay. You can call this basically your campaign. Let's go for spread shots here. This is gonna make a big difference. But there are alternative gameplay modes that I will show you in this video as well. Let's just try to go a little bit further so I can show you a little bit more enemy variety, and hopefully get to a mid-boss so I can show you, you know, right now I'm making this look real easy, as I always do, but there is a little bit of difficulty in the game here as well. Some of the bosses can get quite bullet hellish, so don't let my pristine gameplay fool you here. Oh, well, you know. Sometimes it just happens. I'll take my Uncut Gems, which was a fantastic movie starring Adam Sandler. It's a little loud, so if you're kind of triggered by people yelling for 2 hours straight, maybe don't watch it, but I enjoyed it. All right, so I get a choice to either get my health or get Smite. I'm gonna go for Smite because my health is pretty good. Smite allows me to basically one-shot enemies at a very low rate. Now, I'm not going to do this in this video, but the previous NPC that you just saw will allow you to select between buffs. There's no strings attached. Winston got some strings attached. If you want to get this extra damage boost, you got to watch an ad. I'm not going to do it for this video here, but I'm okay with ads, I really am, but what every game has to do, if you're gonna have, these types of things where you can revive with ads, get boosts with ads, all that stuff, whatever, fine, do your thing. But you have to have a cash package that allows you to disable ads, and Tomb Raider Reloaded does not have that. So that's something that I hope that they add in the future, because it always feels like you're missing out on something, right? Like, I feel like I could be stronger right now had I watched that ad. And I don't know, man. It's kind of, I feel a little punished. I'm just trying to play a game, have some fun, and I feel like I'm being punished right now. So I think a good option would be adding hey, buy this bundle for whatever price, $5 is usually what I see them for. And this will disable ads permanently, and you can still get those benefits, because once again, it just feels, I don't know, it doesn't feel good to miss out on buffs that are right in your face like that. Same thing with reshuffle. You can reshuffle watching ads. This I'm a little bit more flexible on, because for the most part, I've never been in a situation where I'm just like, I don't want any of those buffs. I'll typically take something. So we just grabbed ice shots here. So of course, as you guys might expect, this is going to kind of freeze our enemies, slow them down just a tad bit. And you can kind of get the flow of the game, right? Once again, this is not going to be a game that's going to blow you away and have you uninstall every single mobile game that you're playing. But if you are looking for like a true mobile game with the truest sense of the word to have on your phone, hey, it's not bad. And we've covered lots of games of this type on this channel, and they were always kind of like a good, like, you know what I'm talking about. When you're playing a roguelite, you're playing a labyrinth mode, and you have so many different shots all ringing off. There's just something really satisfying about that that's not really replicated by a lot of games. So I'm trying to keep going a little deeper so we can get even more things here. Ooh, burn shots. So right now we have sharpshooter, poison shot, rebound, spread shots, smite, ice shots, burn shots. We got boosted coins, and we have boosted HP. So you can kind of see, and there's 25 stages on this chapter, so you can kind of see eventually it's gonna get crazy. Now you can see it's getting a little bit more difficult. We have some traps here, so I'm gonna step on this button like a pro, step on that button like a pro, kill this little totem head there, step on that. And as long as I do that within the allotted time, I get the reward. So once again, the difficulty ranges. There's some times where you're trying to click those buttons and solve the puzzle really fast, but there's all these enemies around and it's really hard to get it done within the timer. But those do give you some extra rewards if you can complete them, which I just did. So go ahead and just destroy these little frogs here. Very, very nice. I just got the ability to cast my ultimate, but I didn't pay attention to the tutorial, so I actually don't know how to do it. Real talk, I don't know how to do it. I got a full bar. Oh, here. Oh, I just completely wasted it though. So I just unlocked that. So, all right, let's see. Ooh, arcane lightning. Absolutely. In every good roguelike, dude, you gotta have chain lightning. All right, here's a little mid-boss action. So I'll show you. All of them have their own little type of gimmick here. You just kind of just 360 spin around his poison. He also summons a little totem wall there as well. Once again, bob and weave, bob and weave. And the great thing about, these weapons here with the rebound shots and the ricocheting everywhere is that you don't have to actually be in the direct line of fire of your enemy to do shots, right? Like, I'm over here playing geometry, baby. Very, very nice. G to the G. And that is a boss. And then here is, okay, so this is the third NPC. The first NPC that you saw was super friendly. She gives you a choice. You don't have to give her anything. The little butler dude, you have to watch an ad for. This guy is gonna take something from you. So sacrifice 20% of my health. I'll take that all day. That'll also increase my critical damage by a good solid 50%. Very, very nice. So that is the meat and potatoes of the core gameplay of Tomb Raider. But like I mentioned, there are some auxiliary gameplay modes here as well. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll go ahead and take our little experience points. do a couple of achievement quests there. Here's all the loot that I've done looted. And just like in a lot of these roguelites, eventually you'll hit a wall where you're just not strong enough. But as you fail enough stages, you'll eventually get to a point where you have enough resources to kind of power you through. So for now, let's do this. Let's go ahead and switch to dual pistols, which is of course the quintessential Lara Croft weapon. And then we'll jump on over here to the Temple of Moon, so I can kind of give you once again a different type of gameplay here. So you can see as I was defeating those stages, I was getting these event tickets, right? I'll go ahead and grab a revival. I was getting event tickets, just like in a lot of gacha games. You do the main campaign, you get event tickets, you can use those event tickets to spawn the event, and this will give you even more rewards. And I like this because it kind of gives you a draft mode. So let's go for major attack boost, poison shot, and sharpshooter. We're gonna go for those. So check out this gameplay. It's King of the Hill style. So as you're doing this gameplay mode, in order to get points, you need to be in these little blue circles here, right? All the while enemies are spawning like crazy trying to kill you. Now, if you lose HP, you stand in the green circle. So you can see this is a completely different gameplay type than you just saw here, right? And this is the event at the moment. Oh, dude, what the? I forgot these things are shooting icicles at me. Very, very nice, but I wanted to kind of stand in it. And you can see they just keep on rotating. So depending on what you're trying to do, if you're trying to go for a high score, you stay in the blue. But if you want to, try to play it safe, make sure you grab, oh, dude, I didn't switch my weapons to the dual pistol, my bad. Make sure you try to grab some of these health circles here as well. Very cool. And this is an interesting gameplay mode that I feel like they can continue doing more with. Maybe when you stand inside the circle, you get something else. Let's go for rapid fire, please. So now we can really start bucking some shots. Very, very nice. And this gets crazy, dude. Just like in all these roguelites, you guys know, it starts off, nice and chill. You feel like, yo, this is the run. I'm about to go ahead and completely 100% it. And then the next thing you know, yeah, these things start spawning really, really quick. Now, as far as the actual traps, like boulders, spike traps, fire traps, and stuff like that, they are a nuisance. It just really depends on what else is going on inside the stage. Now, by themselves, they're not really that big of a problem. But of course, dude, when things start getting a little hairy, see how things are getting hairy, dude? You see? There's something constantly in my face right now. And I'm not killing them fast enough, to be honest. Like, I can already tell my DPS is a little behind because look how long it's taken me to defeat this little ice crystal, which I definitely need to defeat. And by the time I did it, my little thing was gone. Ah, dude. Stay in here, maybe grab a little bit of life. Very cool, very, skill-based to a degree. Electric mine, I don't really like the mines. I'll show you, whatever, I'll show you what they look like. So basically, as you stand still, you drop a little mine at your feet. But that also, you gotta hope that an enemy runs over it, I guess. I mean, I guess they are. I guess they are. If they're coming for me, they'll eventually hit the mine here. Very, very nice. So that is the gameplay mode there for the event. I'll go ahead and just cancel out of this for right now. Tactical or Tactful Raider, excuse me. So you can see my waves completed, my wave multiplier. That'll give me some rewards. And depending on how well I do in the events, you can see there's milestone rewards leading up to a final chest here. So that is basically the game. And just like I mentioned a little bit earlier, as you're completing stages, you're going to get, different types of weapon drops, upgrade manuals, etc., etc. And these can be used to, of course, upgrade your weapons, get stronger and stronger and stronger. So for example, I got enough of these little amulet manuals that I can go ahead and upgrade this. This will give me 625 HP. So over time, you'll eventually just outpower the stages that you're stuck on, right? I have this bracelet here that does fire damage to the enemy that hit me. I have two different types of bullets. This bullet right over here gives me extra damage versus any mob whatsoever. And then this bullet up here gives me extra damage versus ranged mobs. And then of course, when it comes to your weapon of choice here, you just kind of pick whatever you like. I haven't really found one that's just completely better than the other. So I feel like that's almost an aesthetic choice or based on what type of gear drops you've received. There's also different outfits as well, which I assume there's going to be even more right now. You only have her original OG one and her little winter game Tomb Raider outfit that I forgot the name of, that you get free to play. You get these little fragments fragments over time by completing stages here. And I'm sure one day they're gonna add like Polygon Lara Croft in the future. But that's pretty much the game, my friends. Tomb Raider Reloaded. So let's go ahead and end off. I'll show you what the dual pistols are looking like, because that's the quintessential weapon. Like I said, dude, let me skip the animation. Let me skip the animation. I was saying so many good things about this game being like a top tier mobile game, air quotes. But that kind of delays my excitement. Like if I just wanted to play a quick match, I'm over here spinning spin wheels and stuff. Dude, let me in the stage. And there goes the dual pistols. And you can see slightly different, slightly different. I have a buff that gives me invincibility as soon as I start a stage here as well. So that's why I was glowing a little bit. But there you go, my friends. A nice little look at Tomb Raider Reloaded. My name is FG3000. This was that game that I just mentioned. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.